Hey everybody, Chef Jerome Judge here, aka Chef Big Head, of course. Welcome to the latest installment of Recipes Off the Rails. All right, welcome back and good morning. Good morning from the Bloated Chef. Chef Jerome Judge here, aka Chef Big Head, of course, and on the big butcher block, we are looking at eggs, butter, dill, white wine, smoked sea salt, white pepper, and potatoes, and sriracha. What could this possibly be? Folks, we're talking the funkiest eggs Benedict you ever done seen right here at the Bloated Chef, coming your way.
All right, let's start out by heavily seasoning and heavily salting those potatoes in that water and crank those up. There goes our pot with the water. We're going to turn that on. Here comes our bowl that we're going to cook our eggs in. Now, back to the board. We will knock out some beautiful, beautiful fresh dill. All right, we'll get that nice and finely chopped. We will then slice a small slice of lemon. It's going to squeeze in there as well. And now we'll melt some butter. That's a quarter stick of butter. Pound, I should say. Now, there's a couple ways you can crack your eggs open and separate them. You can do the old yolk through the shell trick. That's one way. Or you can completely screw it up like I just did here and drop the entire egg in and then dig it out with your fingers while cussing your brains out. That always works. Okay, now be sure to save all those egg whites because we're going to do some cool stuff with them too. All right, so now our water's boiling. We'll drop our egg yolks on there. We're going to go ahead and add that little quarter teaspoon of liquid smoke. We're going to take that little squeeze of lemon and drop that in there along with some more of that smoked sea salt. And then we're going to start whipping and whisking, mixing it together. You don't want to get the bowl too hot. So every now and then you can pull the bowl off, but you want to keep working it. Add your sriracha. Now after about 30 minutes, you can see where it's starting to thicken and come together and really take on an opaque color. That looks like it's about ready. And now we'll start to add that room temperature, if not lightly warm, melted butter. Bit by bit, whipping, smoothing out, getting the edges, getting it all in there. Definitely infusing. Now we can add 2 teaspoons of the white wine. You'll see that brighten it right up. And then we're going to go ahead and add all that beautiful dill, which really, all right, at this point everything looks nice and emulsified. Get all the edges, get it all mixed in together. And then we'll go ahead and add one last bit of seasoning, and that's just about a quarter teaspoon of some ground white pepper. All right, on to the next step. All right, so we'll preheat our skillet. We'll drop a tablespoon of that good sage cannabis oil and some melted butter. Get that pan hot. We will drop that minced garlic in very quickly. Give it 1 or 2 stirs. You can see it starting to foam. And then we'll add a full 10-ounce bag of spinach in there and start cooking and sweating that down, okay? And from here, we'll season appropriately with some good ground black pepper, and I'm going to use some more of that smoked sea salt. Okay, now, once we wilt that down, we will deglaze with about a quarter cup of white wine and continue cooking that and mixing that around until all the alcohol evaporates and the flavor stays. And so we'll go ahead and put that in a little strainer. And now from here, we'll put about a wedge of lemon this time and squeeze that in, get that in to brighten up that spinach along with the garlic and the white wine flavors. Now then, while the spinach is warm, we're going to take and very gently pound down on a potato with the bottom of a sheet pan, as I'm doing so right there. The size doesn't necessarily have to matter as long as it's big enough. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle because we're going to punch holes in them anyways. All right, so there goes that oil. It's shimmering. See that? That's going to be a nice sear on that potato and that potato and that potato too. And from here we will choose our size. I want to use that one. and simply punch right down on them, and you'll be able to punch a nice perfect circle out of them. Okay? Now, one more pan, one more bit of oil, one more little bit of butter, and guess what? You guessed it. We're going to go ahead and cook those egg whites. Season with a little salt and pepper. From here, we're going to take a little bit of that warm, strained spinach and drop that into our egg whites. And we're just basically going to give that a quick flip. Yep. And we'll drop a few more strands on the other side too. Now, we're going off rails a little bit here with a little blend of cheese that I have. And now we'll crack our eggs. Get them all in the same container, the same ramekin. And remember, always crack your eggs on a flat surface. While we're getting ready to do that, we will punch out our egg molds. Boom. Now, water's boiling. In with our red wine vinegar. Lower the heat just a little. And drop those babies in there. Now, what do you say we finish this thing, huh, people, huh? All right, we've got our crispy cakes down. We've got our egg white rounds on top of that. We're dropping some warm spinach down. We have pulled our poached eggs, dropped them on the crispy cakes. Very light coating of hollandaise, and I like mine with a touch of Tabasco.
Perfect. All right, one gigantic bite. Ready? Holy smackaroonies. Wow. Everything hits you at once. The citrus, the spinach, the heat and the sriracha and the Tabasco, the ooey gooey wonderfulness of the perfectly poached egg, and that potato cake really serves as a nice little foil in lieu of a starchy Thomas's English muffin. Nothing against them. I love English muffins. Well, I'm loving this. I hope you love it. Thanks for watching this one. Look for the next one, and most importantly, subscribe and like. Peace and love. I'm out.
All right, good people. Time to head over to my YouTube channel at the Bloated Chef LLC, of course. Smash that subscribe button. Maybe graze over that like button. And let's start getting to 1,000 subscriptions. We're doing it for charity's sake. Thanks so much.